Hello. Okay. Hi. We are live. All right. Um, Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone in between, or irrespective of that binary. Welcome to Tabletop Roulette Live. We are an actual play anthology live stream that features a rotating cast of players, GMs, and games specifically focused on uplifting the voices of people from marginalized communities. You can find us on Twitter at TTRPG Roulette, where you can follow us for news about our corresponding podcast, Tabletop Roulette, that drops episodes every Friday, and we stream every Sunday at around this time, 2 p.m. PST. Today's game is Pasion de las by Brandon. It is a novella TTRPG uh, that is about drama, intrigue, lies, and betrayals. And today I'm joined by my wonderful cast, which I will let them introduce themselves. We will start with Moonlight. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and who you're playing today?
Hey guys, my name is Pauly K. Moonlight. I will be playing La Belleza, aka Sofia Mas. She is a very work done all over her body, ditzy bimbo, a little bitchy, but still likes to have a nice time. Um, you'll she plays around pretty well with plenty of other people. And I hope you guys like her. And my Twitter is at Call Me Moonlight.
Great. Then RDK.
Hi, everyone. I am RDK. My Twitter handle is at really very bad. I am playing the La Empleada. My character's name is Aurora Perez. She is a waitress at the restaurant that this one shot is taking setting in. By day, she's an actress, a small-time actress. She's kind of down on her luck. She works at the waitressing job in order to help pay rent while her big break appears.
Great, great. Hector, who are you playing today?
Hi, my name is Hector. I am also playing La Bella. I am playing Marcelo Santiago Ruiz, who is a retired escort, high-end escort, who now is a procurer of luxury goods and experiences. And he is friends with Mr. Estrada, who owns the restaurant. And, he's very, very handsome, and he's trying to, use his looks to make his way up in the world. And my Twitter handle is at Keiichi Okami.
Okay. Daniel, who are you playing?
Hi, my name is Daniel. I use he, they pronouns. I am playing Madame Altagracia La Doña. She has a power hairdo, so I see like big hair, like big flowy hair. Her other prop is a glass of wine, so always a glass of wine in hand. And she's covered in jewels. She is she's a madam. She has a few girls, boys, in betweens, a few people under her wing. And she likes to pull the little strings of everyone here. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
And then we have Corbin. Who are you playing today?
Hi, I'm Corvin. I use they, them pronouns, and my playbook is going to be El Gemelo, the twin. And I'm going to be playing Serena Moss, the identical twin sister of Sophia Moss over there. And despite being just as beautiful on the outside, Serena is a little less beautiful on the inside. She's got kind of a bad attitude with a long flowing scarf and a well-stocked makeup kit and an evil sneer for the camera.
Beautiful. So part of Pasion is that, like most Power by the Apocalypse games or similar games like that, there's relationships between the characters. So I kind of want to go to them because they really build the character drama. Because that's what Pasion is all about. It's all about drama. So we'll just go back in the same order. So Moonlight, what are your two questions, and who are your relationships with?
Let me pull it up.
Hmm.
Let's start with my relationships because I see that first. My first relationship is with Aurora Perez. Has seen me cry. I thought I was alone amongst the worker staff. I figured no one important is nearby. I have a phone call. find out one of my ex-lovers is seriously ill, and it strikes me with such grief. She hears me cry, and my second relationship is with Madam G. She has been immune to my charms, and she's just been immune to my charms so far.
Far. All right, RDK, what's Aurora's relationships like?
Let me pull that up real quick.
All right.
So my first one was actually to do with a close brush of romance. I haven't 100% nailed down like what that would be like, because I feel like out of a cast of people who are much older than me, I don't know how playing with that makes me feel. At least like I'm not 100% sure. I haven't. I could probably pin that on an NPC or something.
Yeah, or it could be something that we could find out maybe in the game or not.
Yeah.
But what's the other one you have?
So my second one is, this goes deeper than you realize. You have caught Alta Gracia and Saria in a moment of plotting. What were they planning? The planning that was going on was plotting to sort of cheat the lottery that's going on somehow.
Great. And then Hector, what are your relationships?
Okay, my relationships are the first is with Graciela. So Graciela has seen me cry. And what it was about is connected to the fact that I used to be one of Graciela's boys. And she's seen me crying because of having to make love to closeted older Latino men had worn me down. And I fell in love with some of them, and Graciela had to remind me that I am expendable.
What's your other relationship?
My other relationship is that Sofia Mas has been immune to my charms so far.
So far. Okay. Daniel, what is Alta Graciela's relationships?
So you gave some heavy advice to Aurora. Tell us whether it worked out and how you benefited either way. I basically had to give her the Hollywood talk of, listen, darling, sex sells. And you really should think about if you need to sleep with someone for a part, you need to sleep with someone for a part. And I think I may have gotten her an interview or two, knowing full well that might have been asked.
And then what's your second relationship?
You and Marcello have sparred with each other for a long time. What do you have on them? Well, Marcello likes to pretend like he's a self-made legend, and he used to be one of my boys. So that would come out and that would tarnish his reputation. So
all right. Finally, last but not least, Corvin, what are your relationships with everyone? Are the two questions.
So the first one is Madame Altagracia knows you for you. She can tell me apart from Sophia because she recognizes kind of the opportunistic way that Serena carries herself, because she and the Madam are both kind of shark-like in their ambitions. And then Marcello had an intense moment with you. What was it, and do they know it was you? We shared a passionate kiss, but I had him convinced the entire time that I was actually Sophia, who he is pursuing.
All right. And so let's see. One last thing that I want to bring up for everyone watching, there is a command that if you put exclamation point audience for MoveBot, it's going to give you the list of all of our playbooks. Because the fun thing about Pasion de Pasiones is that in experience, each playbook has a specific prompt that the audience will react. Usually the audience is just each other, but now we have an actual audience. So like if you do exclamation audience, like for instance, exclamation like La Doña gives you whatever that prompt is. And then during the scenes with each of these players, at least one time during that scene, which is like arbitrary, when we cut, that's considered a new scene, etc. You could do that if there's like, I think La Doña is roll your eyes at their meddling. And when someone does that, you get experience. And with experience, you'll be able to get another playbook or another prop, which you'll be able to, you may be able to do mid-game, which would be very interesting, to say the least. So I believe that, does everyone kind of have a general idea of what your prompts are? So you know how to play off of them?
Oh.
Maybe, yes, yeah.
I know that mine is mark experience whenever the audience is confused about, or when the father gets confused about who you are or what you are plotting.
Yeah, I got mine is when a family member whistles in appreciation of your beauty. And
I'm the same.
Mine
mine
is. Oh.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say mark experience when Abuela says pobrecita.
Pobrecita.
Mine is mark experience when the teenage daughter rolls her eyes at your meddling.
Yeah. All right. Well, now that we have all of our characters and all of our players all settled, let's go in. So we begin our evening with the sounds of music, cheering, glasses clinking together, and the smell of fresh cooked food, bringing a smell of both Japanese and Mexican cuisine to your senses. From the outside of the restaurant Umami Papi, the close sign is lit on the front doors. Inside, all of you are together for your Friday Lotto night. The restaurant is only lit up over the bar, the kitchen, and the dining tables and lounge chairs you have settled around the bar and the TV behind the bar. You're all either enjoying the food prepared by the head cook, Matt Estrada, or chatting with each other or the owner of Mariposa Santiago. The time is 7:30 and you're all eagerly waiting for the Mega Million lottery numbers to be called out at 8 p.m. Does anyone want to set a scene of what they're doing, who they're talking to, etc.?
so my character is going to approach Sophia. I imagine that there's like a table that's all laid out almost family style with all these different kind of foods with plates on the side. And I would like to, catch Sophia while she's there, kind of deciding what she wants to put on her second helping. And he's going to come up behind her and very gently graze his fingers along the side of her hand and say, you're looking very lovely tonight. And I'm going to make the move, express my emotions passionately. I believe that that's what it's called.
I believe so. Starting off strong. All right.
Yes. Where does that go?
All right. So I had them up. I'm just bring it up as well. Well, why don't you tell me what you're doing and then give me the result after?
Yes, and then that's what I'm doing. I'm just whispering and express your love passionately. That's what it is. And I'm wearing like a very nice. I am dressed to impress, by the way. That's one of the questions. I have a nice like sport jacket on. I have an undershirt, but it's unbuttoned a few ways so you could see like his chest hair, kind of teasing out. Nice shoes, nice pants, and he's wearing an incredibly expensive cologne. Unfortunately, I got a 3.
Well, so did you roll snake eyes?
No, I rolled a 2 and a 1.
The 2 and the 1, and then you are dressed to impress.
Okay.
Does Sophia believe you are single?
Yes.
Okay. And what is your, well, I was going to say, what's your character's question? However, that would only get you a 6, which is still a fail.
Still a miss.
So what did you say again to Sophia?
I said you were looking very lovely tonight.
So you go over to Sophia, and Sophia's probably just at the table. I don't know, maybe they're eating or enjoying a drink. And you kind of try to saunter up very smoothly. And as you put your hand on the table, you don't realize you put your hand right into like a bowl of salsa. and then you swing back and it kind of like gets all over the place.
No.
So how does Sophia react to someone saying this and spilling salsa all over the table?
So I hear this and I react, well, of course I look amazing, darling. Would you mind keeping that hand away really quick? I can't risk getting a stain on my beautiful dress right now.
No, of course, I understand. And I'm just going to reach over for the wet naps and just like wipe my hand. And may I get you a drink?
Call over wait service or something. I think you've done enough.
All right.
He's going to nod and then just walk away. Throw away the.
Does anyone else would like to set a scene?
I think so Aurora and Serena both work at the restaurant. Aurora is a waitress, and I think Serena is a hostess. So, you know, she makes sure that, you know, everyone is seated, and I think that she also kind of like supervises the wait staff.
I may have not made this as clear, but it's definitely this is after hours thing where it's mostly just the staff here.
Okay.
Yeah, so the staff is here. All the food is prepared. Like this is something that everyone at this restaurant would do every Friday because like you're here all waiting for the lottery because you all put money in for these lottery tickets.
So we're off the clock?
You're off the clock, 100%.
Okay. Then never mind.
I'd like to set up a scene with Aurora if that's possible.
Popular.
I mean, you know, I think I want to maybe catch her at the coming back from the tables and like nod my head and point to say, Mina, come here, please.
I rushed right over.
I say, I gesture with my wine and say, please sit down. I'd like to have a conversation with you, please.
And then my response is kind of like, oh yeah, of course, definitely.
And I look at her and I say, so how was that last meeting I set up for you? How'd it go? Did you take my advice?
I kind of respond like I kind of look like furtively to the left, to the right, and then sort of like responds like like I would say hang on one sec. I actually have a note on this. I would like to set the scene. This is sort of like in a previous audition. This is what I'm going to say. Okay. She did put the advice to use. She did sort of channel whatever sexy energy she could muster at the moment. But in terms of the audition itself, it kind of turned into a very, ma'am, this is a Wendy's kind of deal. And she kind of says, well, I kind of feel like selling that part of me is all new to me, and I'm not super great at sort of telling when and when not to do that. So I feel like I kind of screwed things up with my last audition. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do.
She takes a long sip of her wine and just looks at you. And she says, she says, well, my dear, you want some lessons. I might be a little old to teach you them. You could try Marcelo. I heard he has a few tricks up his sleeves. He might be able to give you a few pointers on when to lay the charm on and when not to. Because I look at her and I say, I kind of like take another sip of wine. I look her up and down, and I think she says, you know, you're a lot prettier than you make yourself out to be, and I think you could go places if you follow under our tutelage.
And then I sort of like, I look at Altagracia, I look at Marcello, who is at this point still trying to wipe sauce off of himself, and then back at Altagracia. And it just sort of nods and says, I'll keep that in mind.
And I look over and see that that Marcello is cleaning the salsa off, and I just kind of shake my head and I go, as you can see, this is a prime example of when turning on your sex just blows up in your face. Is this sort of what happened in the last audition?
I think I think at this point, Mariposa kind of walks up, like kind of like while you're staring over this with your wide, and kind of just puts a hand on your shoulder and is like, "Oh, Graciela, you're not causing trouble again, are you? How are you doing, Aurora?"
And I put my hand to my chest and do the gasp, the you know, the who me cause trouble. Never. I'm just, you know, I'm just making sure that Aurora is informed of how things go in this city.
And as y'all look at Mariposa very much I'm just gonna say she looks like Michelle Rodriguez, long black hair, wearing a dress that is both professional but also very flattering, and just kind of looks at the Graciela with a smirk, and it's like, Aurora, you don't have to listen to her all the time, okay? You know, we're here to have a good time. This is for pleasure, not business, okay?
And I just nod.
God.
It's like, yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Bueno. Well, you know, she looks at her watch and it's like, we only got about 15 minutes till the numbers are drawn. Let's you know, eat. There's lots of, you know, there's birria ramen and enchiladas, the camaron. You know, enjoy yourself.
Dusty. I would like to trigger one of my moves when she says you can't make not everything is business. My move was beautiful once. When you flash back to a time you mixed business with pleasure, I can spend 1 to 3 leverage and roll plus leverage spent.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Why don't you describe to me what you wanna what happens and then roll, and let's go from there.
Sure. So I'm gonna say, do you mind if I say that Mariposa and I, like, she's basically speaking from experience and warning Aurora that, you know, that don't listen to me because I've already screwed her over. Like, I'm more than willing to at least go that far.
Yeah, no, I think that's perfect.
Okay. And so after she says, you know, everything can be pleasure, business and pleasure, I take another long sip of my wine, and I give Mariposa that wicked smile, and I go, you know, I remember a few years ago when you were, well, actually not a few years ago. I remember longer than I would like it to be, years ago, when you were new to this town, and you came to me for from how to mix business and pleasure, and it seemed to go pretty well from my estimation. I would like to, you know, wait, hold on. Sorry, brain froze for a second there.
Yes.
Yeah, seems like you forgot that lesson and how useful it was, and furthering your career. And I'd like to. So I don't have any leverage over Mariposa. I'm assuming,
Mhm.
correct?
Yeah, you wouldn't. So you just be just straight
Rolling flat.
2d6.
Okay, cool. So I want to flash back to like when Mariposa was, how old is Mariposa about?
Mariposa would be like let's say late 20s.
Late 20s. Okay, so yeah, it
She's
wasn't
the
that long
owner.
ago.
Yeah, she's the owner of this restaurant
Okay.
and with connections.
So yeah, I think it's when she first arrived, it's a much younger Mariposa and a much younger me,
Mhm.
who, basically told her like, I'll get you places if you stay under my wing. I'll make sure you're connected and can get the location you want. And basically, I guess she was my girlfriend for a while, which,
Okay.
let's see how this went.
Yeah, go ahead and
Oh,
roll.
that would be 2 6s.
All right. So when you flash, so why don't you read exactly the well, I have it up. So when you flash back to a time you mix business with pleasure, they choose two. So as Mariposa, I get to choose two.
Mhm.
So you were saying they were girlfriends? Sure. Why don't we they say they gave themselves to you and you have proof. And let's do they are besottled with you. They burn their leverage over you and give you one leverage. So they don't have any leverage over you, but you do get one leverage over Mariposa, and you can flash back to the time that they gave themselves to you. You have proof of it.
Yeah, I think it was probably like a couple of months after Mariposa had arrived to the city, and she was down on her luck. I gave her a place to stay for a while, and was very protective and took her under my wing and showed her you know who was important. And I think there was just this point where she came in to me and told me that she was in love with me, and that she wanted to be mine, and just mine. And I let her think that way for a while, but I'm you can't hold me down. I'm too wild for just one person.
Okay.
I may or may not have crushed her heart.
Okay. And with so that kind of happened. So you do get like Mark, they have a leverage over Mariposa, and then after you say that, she's gonna kind of just like kind of tighten her grip on your shoulder, like Esmond. Like from an outside view, it looks like you'd be a reaffirming grip, but definitely was way tighter than it need to be. And she's gonna be like, "Well, that was a different time. Enjoy your food, won't you?" And she's just gonna walk away and go by the bar, uh, talking to the bartender and Matt Estrada. I think Corvin slash Serena. What's Serena doing?
I think that Serena, we see her sitting in kind of the walk-in pantry of the restaurant, and she's holding a manila folder, and we open it up and sees that each person's lottery tickets are inside, and they've written their names on each one so that everyone knows whose is whose, even though we all intend to split it, but the person whose ticket it is gets a slightly larger cut than the rest. And we see her starting to kind of reach into her bag to pull something out, while she's looking at these tickets. Who's most likely to walk in right
Um,
now?
let's see. As you're doing that, I would say probably Matthew Estrada. Matt is gonna walk in because he's not only like the co-owner, but he's the head chef. So you're like in the pantry and the door opens and he's reaching in like for like some sauce of some sort. And he's just like, So, so Serena,
And
what
she
are
slams the folder shut.
what are you doing in the pantry?
I was just making sure that the tickets didn't wander off.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And you make sure they didn't wander off in the pantry? Porque...
Well, I mean, think about it this way, we leave them in front of house, anyone could walk in and grab them, but we put them in the pantry. No one's back here except the staff.
Matt's gonna walk over, and Matt is looks like oh, I forgot the name of the actor. He is kind of like, not, he's scrawny but not like thin. He's well built. He's wearing kind of like a dress up shirt, but it's unbuttoned a little bit and the tie is loosened because he's off the clock. Like Umami Papi is like not like a 5-star restaurant, but it's at least like 3.5 stars, and get some, the stuff is like good quality. And he's gonna like walk over to you and just kind of like put a hand on the shoulder, kind of like take the middle of the folder, and it's like, yeah, I, Serena, that's not a bad idea. Why don't I take it and I'll put it in a safe spot like we usually do. Yeah, why don't you go enjoy the food? There's plenty of it around.
Absolutely. And as she's handing over the folder, she's going to try to do something sneaky. She's going to try to sneak a couple tickets out of the folder. She doesn't know whose.
Just take a couple out. Let's see. I don't know if there's like a role for that, like a specific one.
Ooh, I have a suggestion.
Oh, yes.
This sounds like an act with desperation.
That's what I've been thinking.
Because, yeah, exactly. Because she's caught.
Yeah.
That is right there, and this is a last minute chance to make this scheme like happen, and it could be devastating if she gets caught again. That's just my suggestion.
If Corbin, you like that, I really like that as well.
I do, yeah.
Okay, so like we were kind of set the scene. Why don't you go ahead and roll and see what happens?
Let's see. Are you doing this for love? Are you doing this for vengeance? Definitely, I would say for vengeance.
Yeah, I could see that. What's your question is, are you taking advantage of your twins' reputation?
I don't think that applies here, so
Yeah,
I'm just gonna roll
so.
2d6 plus 1.
Yeah.
Okay, that is gonna be a 6.
All right.
Mark an experience.
As you're as Matt is trying to take it away, you try to be really quick and slip your hand in and take some out, but you are so startled and kind of like shook. You reach in and you kind of like reach in too fast, and you just knock the folder out of his hands, and the tickets go all over the floor. And Matt just kind of like, yeah, I got this, Serena. You should really go. Por favor.
I'll see you for the drawing soon, yeah?
I'll be there.
And she tries to leave with a little bit of dignity, and she turns behind her and she looks at Matt, who's not looking at her right now. He's picking up the tickets, and she just kind of sneers.
Sneer for the camera. Beautiful. Okay. Was there any other things that Moonlight or RDK you wanted to do before we kind of like do a bigger scene?
I would say at this point, I'm just sort of like futzing around, like nervously looking at like my numbers, like, because as cliche as it is, like the waitressing job is kind of like, it's kind of to try to make ends meet, but it isn't really enough to make ends meet. And the electrical bill's late. There isn't really a lot in the fridge. I really, really need something.
Okay. Moonlight, anything you wanted to?
Where is everyone position-wise in relation to me? Are we all at like the main table at this point?
Let's see. I would say
Or-
like probably Graciela's at the main table. Marcello, have you cleaned the salsa off yourself yet?
Oh yeah, I've kind of cleaned this also off myself. And like
Are
I
you-
went to the bar to get a drink and I'm making my way back.
Okay, okay.
I did order tell one of I asked one of the wait staff, I know you're off the clock, but could you get something for Sophia?
Okay.
Um,
I would say as you kind of see Marcello kind of walk his way back, one of the bar staff that's there as well hands you a paloma that Marcello requested to give to you.
If I receive the drink, I would like to tell them they did it wrong. You're missing the cucumber. And is this doesn't taste like top shelf gin. I want to do that demand what you deserve move essentially.
Okay, yeah. You get the drink and then you look at it and take a sip and you're just like you say what you said and it's like this is terrible. Go ahead and roll the demand what you deserve, which is what's the questions for that? Demand what you deserve.
You're offering something of value in return. I mean, I feel like she would say my time, but I totally get if that doesn't apply.
So I'd say maybe we could do this in relation to Marcello. So are you offering something of value in return? I don't know if you're offering Marcello anything right now.
I guess not then.
And then do they love you in this moment? I don't know. Does Marcello love Sophia in this moment?
So, absolutely. He like wants to make it up to her, like
Okay.
they had that passionate moment where they kissed and he doesn't understand what's going on.
And then as Vanessa, I think your question is, are you the center of attention? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I think with this, it's kind of like everyone's been chatting and stuff, but you like making the fuss over this drink is definitely making you the center of attention. So I'd say you get to
Alright.
roll +2 for this.
All right. Awesome. So I rolled a 9, so +2, 11.
All right.
Big
On
hit.
a hit, the target of your demand, choose one. On a 10, remove one of their options. So you get to remove either they concede to your will, they escalate and deny, and you mark a stress, they weasel out of it, and they run away. You could take something from them.
Can I go into negative stress? Does that work?
No.
Okay.
Right now, I
'Cause
don't think.
I assume we start with 0.
Yeah, you also have 0
Okay.
stress. But so essentially, Marcello would get to choose one, but you remove one of those options.
All right.
Which one are you taking away?
Wait, what are my choices to take away again? I'm sorry.
So no worries. So there's 4 that you can choose. The first one is they concede to your will. They clear stress or you
Okay,
let
I
them a
see it now.
leverage. They escalate and deny you. They mark a stress. They weasel out of it. They owe you a leverage, and they run away. You could take something from them.
I'll say they weasel out of it. They owe me a leverage.
Okay, that would be the one that you're taking away, and then Hector / Marcello would choose one of those options.
I'm going to say
Okay.
They escalate and deny you, and I'm going to mark a stress.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, you are one of the most selfish, self-absorbed women that I have ever met. How dare you? And I'm going to make a move of reveal a shocking secret. I'm going to make a flashback move to reveal a shocking secret.
Ooh, okay.
and excuse me, a shocking truth.
Shocking
Um,
truth.
and I want to time this like in the narrative when when Corbin's character, when they are walking in, and he's going to sit there and say, what did that moment in the balcony mean when we were together at the charity fundraiser? And so it's like the two of them are in the balcony. Oh shoot, I have to spend leverage for that. I guess I'll just roll it. I can't do that one.
When you flashback to reveal a shocking truth, spend 3 leverage. Yeah, for that one,
Okay.
reveal shocking truth is like it's a bombshell.
Is a bombshell. I
yeah.
think what I'll do instead is accuse someone of lying.
That's also very good.
Yeah, and I'll just be like, you're the terrible one. You're a mentirosa. You like led me and teased me. What did the balcony mean? It was all a lie, wasn't it? To humiliate me.
All right. So
and I do have an audience.
You do have an audience.
And do I have evidence? No, it's kind of my word versus hers.
Yeah,
right?
I wouldn't say you have evidence, but you are definitely the center of attention as well.
Oh, okay. All right. So that is a +2.
A +2.
Here we go. 7.
7. All right. On a 7 to 9, you choose 2. You can either choose that you are right. They admit their falsehood or mark off stress. They're surprised, scared, or flustered. They must act with desperation before they can act against you. Or you could free yourself from the grip and remove 1 leverage from you. I would say probably the last one doesn't have you don't have any leverage. So probably one of the other 2. You choose 2.
Okay. Let me see here. I'm gonna pick. I get to choose 2, right?
You choose 2 of them, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to pick. They're surprised, scared, or flustered. They must act with desperation before they can act against you. And then I'm going to do that weird thing that you can do in Pasion de las Pasiones, and I'm going to pick "You Are Right," which means there was a passionate kiss between the 2 of us that the evil twin eavesdropped on.
Oh, so there was.
So there was more than 1 kiss, a real kiss, and then one where I was tricked. How does that sound?
I like that. What do you say, Moonlight?
I'm for it. Yeah.
Okay. So those are the options. If you would like to rebuttal or do anything else, you would definitely have to act with desperation before you could actually get a good word out. But as you're doing this, kind of like the clinking kind of stops. Everyone kind of like turns around. Mariposa is just looking at you with a champagne glass in hand, as Marcello is now causing a big scene at the dinner table.
Sophia gets pretty nervous with all the eyes around her. She's used to the attention, but the good kind. So I think she'll say about whatever she needs to calm Marcello down right now.
Okay. So go ahead and roll Act of Desperation. For this, let's see. The questions for Act of Desperation: are you doing this for love? Or are you doing this for vengeance?
I would be considered under vengeance at the moment.
Okay, that's 100% valid. And I would say you do get your +1 because you are as well the center of attention. Ooh, the ladies in the middle, just always the center of attention. I love this.
So I rolled a 4 or 5. I got a 6.
Ooh, okay. At a 6, Marcello turns around and he does this whole tirade around you, and then the whole song gets quiet as you can only hear the light music of some Selena remix instrumentals in the background, and you're stunned. You can't speak. You can't you can't look away from Marcello. You are just staring at this man that's just accused you of lying and being the most selfish person ever. And with this, Mariposa is gonna walk over and just be like, Marcello, again, Mira, I know how hot-headed you are, but this is not the time. This is the second time I've had to say this is supposed to be a good night, not a night where everyone's at each other's necks.
You're right, Mariposa. I'm very sorry for making this an unpleasant experience. I apologize, Sophia. Will you forgive me? And I'm gonna like take her hand and like I'm going to kiss it, but I won't until she gives me permission.
Well, since you're all cleaned up, you may.
Uh, and I kiss her hand. And may I sit next to you? May I buy you a drink? Another one, properly made.
Ooh, I'm starting to like this now. You may.
Okay. And then I just sit down. And I'm going to move. I would like to move the spotlight to the evil twin.
Oh, because this would be right as
Yeah, if that's okay with the rest of the table.
Yeah, does Serena have any rebuttals about all this or have any thoughts?
It's a hard one. I think Serena is just going to kind of sit there quietly and stew for now.
Okay. Then as Marcello sits down and offering a drink, Mariposa is just gonna like tap him on the shoulder and it's like, there, see, much better. Okay. And then as she looks up, it's like, would you look at this? It is now time for the numbers. And the TV starts coming up, and it's the San Diego local KUSI News announcing the lottery numbers. And everyone is now glued to the screen because this is what you're all here for. This is the lottery is $100 million that everyone's in the pot for. So everyone is tied to the screen as the announcer is like, well, here's our winning lottery numbers for the evening. The first is 15, 33, 90, 30, 40, and 98. And as you are all looking at your numbers, and then Matt comes out with the middle of the folder, kind of like going through them. It's kind of like it's silence for a little bit as everyone's just looking to see if they've won, if everyone has won this huge sum of money. And from the silence, you hear excited shout. And Matt comes from the folder and is like, we got it. We got the number. We got the exact numbers. And the kind of the staff and then Mariposa is like now like cheering excitedly. There's now like yelling of like cheer, like everyone's yelling so excited. And Mariposa is just like, well, now it's time for a toast, is it not? What's everyone's reactions to being part of the $100 million pot? Matt has not said whose number it is, by the way.
I'm gonna cheer, and then I'm going to start like pouring. Which one's the Spanish one? Prosecco. Or is that the Italian one?
Prosecco's Italian.
Cava. He's just gonna start pouring cava for everybody. And kind of encouraging the music to be turned up. And maybe in out of respect for his elders, see if Graciela would like to dance to some of the music. And it's like, turned up. It's like, like a remix, and and he's trying to like really encourage everyone to celebrate, to have a wonderful experience.
Yeah, there will definitely be, the music will be going up. Mariposa from the back has like just popped a bottle of champagne. Who knows where the cork went, because it's always such a dangerous game when you do that. With Ate Graciela would like to dance with Marcello.
Yes, I would like to. And while I'm dancing with Marcelo, I would like to whisper in his ear, and lean in, whisper in his ear, and say, so you always were one of my favorite boys, right? What how's business been lately?
Um, Business has been very good. You could say all of your attempts to take me down have failed. I respect you, but I need you to get out of my way, and I'm going to demand what I deserve.
All right.
Let's see here. And I am the center of attention.
Yeah, you at this point you are now in the middle of the ring dancing to slow jam remix of Techno Cumbia, because why not?
Yeah. Yes, please. And what's the other one? Hold on. Oh, wait. I'm looking at my
I'm pulling it up right now.
Yes.
So are you offering something of value in return, and do they love you in this moment? I don't know.
I'm definitely offering her my respect in return. And then what was the other one?
Do they love you in this moment? I don't know.
That is up to Graciela.
Trying to define. I'll give you that one because she does find you useful, and she loves how useful you are. Yep.
All right.
So okay. So is that a +3?
That is a +3. Yep.
14.
All right.
These mega high rolls.
I know, right? Right. So Hector, you get to do the same thing. You get to take one of those from the list off, so they can see to your will, escalate, deny you, visa all of it, and they run away. And then Graciela would choose one of those.
I'm gonna remove they run away. You can take something from them.
Okay, so then Daniel / they can see to your will, they escalate and deny you, and go out of it.
And you wanted me to leave you alone and go about your business and go about my business, right?
Yeah, and in like the business sense, it's very like.
Yep. And so yeah, she will. I will take the they can see to your will, they can clear a stress, or you owe them leverage. Their choice. You owe me leverage because why not?
Okay.
Okay, as you are dancing in this and this is happening, one is a whisper of that, and then Marcello lets you know, respect, but you gotta leave. And the music is still the slow jam dancing around. Let's see, does anyone else have anything idea before I put some more stuff in?
I had something before I got put in my place.
Okay, all right.
So as I got put in my place and the dance finishes up, I'll look at Marcelo and just say, I'll leave you to your business, but don't come crying to me when you end up poorer tonight than you think you are. And I would like to flash back to preparations. I would like to spend 3 stress. And let me get the move so I can, I get to choose one and I can tell Jean what it is. Okay, so
flashback to preparations. Okay.
So I want to say that I want to say that I fabricated a piece of evidence, and so I want to say that I stuffed the envelope, the manila envelope with tickets, with extra tickets with my name on it.
Oh, okay.
And so I want to spend 3 stress.
Okay. At 3 stress, by the way, you do get either frazzled or distracted.
I'm gonna take distracted because
Okay.
it's definitely, fitting.
Mhm. And which gives you a -2 to process your feelings and spot something suspicious.
Sure.
Mhm.
I'm just
So
trying to cool. Okay, yeah. I mean, it only gives me a +1 forward if I get a 10 plus, but
yeah.
we'll go with it. If I act on it. Okay, cool. Okay. So awesome. I'm gonna roll with
Yeah.
+3. Oh boy, what did I get? Well, that's a 6 and a 5. So
Cool.
14.
All right. So explain the game one more time. So your flashback is going
So
that
like
you
I'm trying to think of which one of these. I kind of want to flashback to her trying to rig the game in her favor. And I'm trying to figure out which one of the 3 preparations it would be. And I don't know if stowed away something hidden would be like, I don't know. I'm trying to weasel my way into winning this lottery is essentially what I'm trying to do.
I could say you could either do fabricate a piece of evidence or you arrange for somebody to be in the right place at the right time. Because if I remember correctly, you and Serena were in this grift together.
Yes, I'll go for that. Yep, I will go for that. So I can take a +1 forward when acting on this.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, on a hit, I pulled it off. So I
Yeah.
arranged. I mean, we saw that I arranged. So
Yeah, you arranged it. Serena happened to be there, and
I don't know how successful she was, but
yeah, you don't know exactly, but you arranged it, and it was happening. And whenever you are going off that, so in the future, like, oh, you're gonna have interactions with Serena about it, and you get +1 forward.
Yeah, I would actually like to as we're walking away, then I'd like to, if I could, have another. I want to run over to Serena on after this, and pull her aside and say, so did everything go according to plan?
And she shakes her head at first, but then she smiles and says, "But not to worry. I had a backup."
Alta Garcia smiles and she says, that's what I've always appreciated most about you is you always have a backup plan. You remind me of me when I was your age. Just bloodthirsty and willing to trample on the competition to get ahead. To be young again. She says, I wanna see. I wonder if Matt knows who the owner of the ticket is, or if we can try and finagle this even more. Like we gotta put our hand real heavy on the scales here.
Yeah.
Let's you want to start making rounds in the room and see if we can figure out who's I'll go distract Matt. You go, you're much sneakier than I am. You go see what you can find out. I trust you. And I'll go make sure that Matt is distracted for a while.
Okay. Why don't we do Serena first, and we'll get to distraction after.
Yeah, I this is later on, yeah. Yep.
Serena, what would you like to do with that information?
Okay, so I believe how many times have I marked experience? I failed one roll, and then I got 1 audience reaction.
Correct.
So if you want, you do have to level up. You could choose another move or another rock.
Wait.
I think because you got another one as well.
Okay, so I did level. Okay.
Yeah, you did get. I believe I saw. Yeah, you got 2. So it's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The prop that I'm going to choose here is a hidden basement. I'm gonna say that there is a room underneath the floorboards in the staff bathroom. If you lift up like a couple of tiles, there's a trap door. And I think Serena is going to go down into the trap door.
And what is this hidden basement under this trapdoor?
It's not a murder basement. It looks like just an unfinished basement, and the floor has a handful of extension cords running across it. You can look up and see like some of the wiring and pipes for the restaurant. But those extension cords don't go to the wiring or the circuits or anything. They lead to a computer, an old computer that looks like it was stolen maybe from like, it looks basically the same as if you went into your boss's office at work right now and saw your boss's 2003 computer. This is what we're working with down here. And I think that Serena pulls it up and she is on some dark web shit about how to cheat the lottery, how to find shortcuts. And she also is compiling. All right, she reaches into her pocket and she pulls out a couple people's credit cards who are here tonight. She's been trying to find excuses to get close to people. I don't know whose credit card do you think she might have been able to swipe?
I feel like this would be a good time to do a flashback roll.
Definitely.
So let's do that, and we could figure out who you got depending how good you rolled.
Okay.
I think let's do with
flashback to preparations.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. You still have to weigh something hidden.
Can my +1 forward be used for this roll, or is that only for my rolls?
I think traditionally it's only for your rolls, but this is very good. So I'll let it go. I'll let it go. Yeah. How much stress will you spend for this, Corbin?
I'm going to spend 3 because I want it. So I am going to mark up to 3 stress.
Yes.
Which gives you either frazzled or distracted.
Okay. God. Am I frazzled or distracted? What do each of those do?
So frazzled gives you, I think, a -2 to professing your love or something of that sorts. Oh, I have this.
Yeah. Express love and demand deserved, and then distracted is process feelings or spot something.
Yep.
I don't need to express my love to anyone. I'm frazzled.
All right.
It's about money.
Valid.
It's all about the money.
I'm gonna say that I want Sophia and Marcello's cards.
As they were kind of getting very distracted during the whole salsa debacle, you just kind of.
I walked by
Salsa's doing
and
a lot of
tried
legwork here.
That's salsa. It's Chekhov's salsa right there.
It was a very good like soy sauce, like habanero salsa.
She actually, we go back earlier and we see Serena fill up that bowl of salsa slightly more than it's supposed to be full and place it just like close to the edge of the table.
Yes.
And then seating Sophia there.
The whole thing has been masterminded.
All right. So you're getting +4 on this because this is such fucking good stuff.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll. Let's see how that goes.
Okay. That is going to be 7 + 4 for 11.
Yes.
All right. So with that, I think so. Yeah, you have stowed away something hidden, and you get +1 forward whenever you're acting on this. I would say not only you get those during your like when Matt was distracted, you also were able to like sneak his card out of his pocket.
Yes.
All right. So what are you doing on the dark web with these credit cards?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to set into motion this program she found called Termite. And what it's going to do is it's going to imperceptibly work its way into Sophia, Matt, and Marcello's bank accounts. And when they deposit the money, it's going to mysteriously vanish.
That is so good. All right. As you are doing this and as you're trying to authenticate whatever program you're doing, Sophia's Marcello's goes absolutely fine. As you're trying to enter Matt's card information in, you keep getting like rejected, denied, like not working information every time you try to enter his card in. So you're able to get the other two, but Matt's card is just like not working at all. And that's let's see, from what you would know, you could say like that means that this card is just like the account it's tied to is either not working or it is in debt.
That's going to be a lovely little piece of information that she's going to hold on to for later.
Yes, because you rolled very well.
Yes.
All right. As this secret basement operation is going around, would Aurora or Sophia like to do anything else? What's Aurora doing actually?
That's a good question. Everything's just sort of happening around her.
it's like you're in the eye of the hurricane as you realize you just got so much money.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of just like a little bit overcome. She doesn't quite know, like, it's still processing what exactly all of this means.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I would say with this, like Matt would see that you're just kind of like at the table still and come over with a champagne glass. It's like, Aurora, it's great. Why aren't you celebrating this? You know, we won.
Let me ponder on the best course of action for a couple seconds.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm debating on whether or not I should process my feelings out loud.
As your MC, I would love if you did that because it's so good.
Let's do that then.
Yes.
So this is an audience thing, right?
This is an audience thing. So essentially, you're processing your feeling out loud. You are kind of like in a telenovela where the kind of like you walk into an empty room or kind of people around you disappear and you are doing this monologue where no one else can hear you. You're literally like saying everything. There's the dramatic music in the stop. And usually how this works with a normal game is you're processing your feelings out loud, and you get to choose one of these options, reveals a crucial event that the audience does. The audience tells you how you might find love with the partner of their choosing, or they tell you how you might get blank to do blank. For this, what we'll do is that we'll have you do it. The audience, there is an option if you do exclamation point process your feelings, and that will like you can get up to +3 forward if we are rooting for you.
Right. Uh, I think like the main theme of my feelings right now would be like I'm just overwhelmed. Like this is so good for us, but at the same time, it's just sort of like being in this city. Like I've always known how money corrupts people, and I'm just worried that sort of like they're like not everybody's always the most trustworthy here, but like I owe a lot to this place and the people who work here. They've almost become like a kind of little dysfunctional family in a kind of way. And while it's great that sort of like we've all like I'm assuming like naively I'm assuming that sort of like we're all splitting it, like we've all sort of made it at this point. How's that going to change things? How's that going to change the people that I know?
You're getting a +1 from me, so I'll do that. Um, let's see. Would anyone in the audience say that? Are you rooting for Aurora? There's. I'll accept that. Okay. Okay, definitely. So you're getting multiple +1s in the chat. So I would say yes, you could go add, you get a max of +3. So go
And
ahead
then
and
I roll?
add that. Then you roll and you get to choose one of those options.
Oof, I got 6, so +3 is 9.
9. Okay. Okay, so okay, so you choose one of these. So you still either choose the audience reviews a crucial event going on outside of you. The audience tells you how you might find love with a partner of your choosing, or they tell you how you might get blank to do blank.
Let's go with the crucial event.
Okay. As you are sitting here with, Matt has just give you a glass of a champagne, and he's handing it to you. You're kind of stuck in this moment, and as the camera kind of like around you pulls out, and you see now Mariposa, who was at the bar just moments ago, is now walking towards the back of the restaurant, and you see them go to the manager's office, which is back there, and they hit a button on the desk, and suddenly all of you are very aware that there is a loud alarm going off, and metal gates have closed all over the restaurant. And now everyone is kind of looking around in awe, and they see Mariposa coming back to the restaurant, and she's looking at everyone and saying, well, I'm glad everyone's happy, but we do have to have a conversation about these winnings. And I think that we're going to take a small break.
What's with the bar?
Yeah.
We'll be back soon.
Yes.
All right, welcome back. So, the last thing that we saw was Mariposa hit a button and metal gates slammed closed around all the entrances. And she walked in towards the middle of the room and looked at y'all and said, "We need to talk about the winnings here. So, unfortunately for all of you, I'm going to have to take the ticket myself."
So my character is going to look around at the room, and I'd like to make a spot something out of place roll.
All right.
And I want to notice that Serena is not there
Okay, yeah, I could
for
be.
all of this.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Well,
And I have been intimate with this person recently,
I would say you
True.
aren't free of other distractions, and you.
but I'm not free of it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not the center of attention either.
No. Mm-mm. So only +1. Here we go. 8.
8. Okay, so you can ask 1. If you want to do that, yeah, I would say like, what do you like? What do you have a value, or what's you're hoping to get from? So like, you could like, I would say you can use this, like, look around and notice that, yeah, Serena is very much not here in this room, as Mariposa is.
Yeah.
Like, kind of
I'm going to ask, and I think so like above table, I'm going to ask, but like in the fiction, I'm going to like kind of piece things together. I'm going to ask, what are you planning? And then sort of like in the peripheral vision, I've seen Serena like at the door watching us, moving around, and it's almost like mini flashbacks that he's kind of placing together out of the corner of his eye throughout the entire night. And just now with Mariposa doing this big dramatic thing with like the doors shutting and everything, is he piecing together
she looks at you as you say, like, what are you planning? She's just like, I mean, Mira, you think that a lottery pot like this could split so easily? How naive are you, Marcello? You should know better than this. This money, I unfortunately needed more than all of y'all believe. So if I could just get the ticket from you, Matthew, that'd be great. And Matt is kind of like, he looks a little dumbstruck, and is going to be, Mariposa, what is the meaning of this? This is not what we agreed upon. This is not how it's supposed to work. This is supposed to go between everyone. And the ticket, he holds up the winning ticket. This ticket is Aurora's. We talked about this way before. You can't just take all this from us. Does anyone want to butt in before I start talking to myself more?
Altagracia does.
Uh-huh.
She's going to slug back the rest of the wine in the glass. She's gonna put it down and stand up, and she's just gonna like stare at Mariposa and say, "You pendeja, you have the nerve to come in here and try and pull." And she picks up the glass and just waves it around, realizes this is actually a better implement. She like just waves it around and she says, "You try to pull this in my place? You might think you own this, but this is my place, darling. And no one outswindles me, and no one gets away with stealing from Madame Altagracia." And I'd like to chuck the wine glass at her.
Oh, this is a strikeout at someone right now.
Classic.
Yes, please.
Sure.
You have, I think, throwing it, you have definitely, you have caught them off guard, and they have just really wronged you.
And my question is this in service of somebody else? No. Could I make it out to be for Aurora? Sure, but is it truly for someone else? No.
No. All right, go ahead and roll.
Ooh. Ooh. Well, that was a 3 on the dice.
Oh, so you got a 6.
Oh, no.
I got a
Um,
6 total. Yep.
So
Oh,
you
Mark experience.
Mark experience.
yeah.
You are waving this glass around and you chuck it, and you are so enraged and just low wine drunk. It just shatters against the bar, and Mariposa is just gonna walk up to you and get like within inches of your face, and it's like, Mira, Graciela. We talked about this. This is no longer yours. This is mine. So I need you to sit the fuck down. And she's gonna slap you. And you're gonna take a stress.
Sure. I'm
And
up to
that
4.
leverage is gone.
Oh, that hurts worse than the stress.
All
right. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I got something.
Yes.
So, in the fiction, I still need to roll. There is a click, and I would like to make the flashback move preparations.
Okay.
I'm going to spend 3 stress,
Yes.
and you're going to see a scene that's outside of the restaurant with Marcello getting ready, and his driver, who always takes care of everything, handing him a gun that is perfectly tucked into his suit jacket as he was getting ready to go to the night, just in case something like this happened, because it's a lot of money.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and roll that +3 stress.
Oh, come on. Roll high. Roll high. Okay. I rolled a 10 on the die. So 13. And all of a sudden, you hear Mariposa hears click, click as he points the gun behind her at her head while she was distracted by Gabriella's incident. It's almost like the two of them might have planned this.
Oh, between Graciela and Mariposa?
No. Between Graciela
Marcello.
and Marcello. It looks like this was a setup, maybe this hysterical scene that she when she throws the grass, buys him time to maneuver behind Mariposa to pull the gun.
Okay. Yeah. As the flashback comes back, your driver hands you the gun, and he's just gonna sit in his car as he's doing it, and the flashback ends, and is now as soon as Mariposa slapped Graciela and back into her chair, she hears that and turns around, and it's just Marcello, thought you were done with these days.
Will I ever truly be done with these days, Mariposa? Now, how about you? As he points the gun at her. Sit down.
She is fuming, but she is going to walk over to probably just a chair that's in front of her and sit down and just crosses her arms and is like, well, what now? What are you going to do with that?
I glance over at Mr. Estrada. Senor Estrada, how would you like to handle this?
I mean, usually not with a gun. I'm just saying, Marcello, I kind of I brought you in here, and I'm not with her. No, not anymore. This is Mariposa. We got to talk about this shit. I'm not, not with her, but I don't, there's not supposed to be pinche guns in this fucking restaurant, okay? Now,
Not the
Hold-
pinche guns.
Mariposa, what the fuck? And Mariposa is just like still arms crossed and looking. He's like, Matthew, I'm surprised you haven't noticed that we've been in debt for almost a year now. That this restaurant is barely floating by. You know how you were supposed to open the new location down in downtown? Well, that pinche cabrona Pilar, now in control of La Familia, just cut off all ties to all the restaurants you're supposed to expand, and now that plot of land is just gone. We need this money. I mean, I need this money so we could survive. I know that you need this money a lot, but if the restaurant's closed, what the fuck is it good for? And she's gonna look at the rest of you and it's like, so either you give me this money or you're all out of a job. And I know you just got a lot of money, but will you be safe with that? I don't know.
Does someone else want to jump in? Because I will if not.
I mean, Serena, I assume, am I back at this point?
You could be back, yeah. I mean, you definitely would have heard the commotion.
Yeah.
So you can kind of just like walk in if you'd like.
Actually, I think I'm gonna watch through a cracked door.
Okay. Daniel, did you want to do something with Altagracia?
I was gonna laugh after Mariposa said, "You're all out of a job if you don't give in to me." And I go, I mean, I don't work here, so I'm not out of a job. And like you so lovingly reminded me, I don't own this place anymore, because you see, when I don't own things, they fall to pieces. Because unlike me, you don't know how to run a business properly and keep your people in line. Looking back and forth between both Mariposa and Matt, because this is just at both of them. And she says, look, I mean, do you really want to test if the pretty boy over here is willing to pull the trigger? Because my money's on he is. Are you willing to take that chance right here, right now, my dear? You need to sit down, shut up, and realize that you are not the one in control of this situation. As she's like, grabs a or a bottle of wine and starts pouring more in a new glass. Actually, you know what? Screw the glass. She just grabs the bottle of wine and starts sipping from it. This is straight from the source time. Woo! It's been a night.
It has been a night.
Mariposa is just gonna, just because it looks like I'm not in control doesn't mean I am. Marcello, if you're so determined, just pull the fucking trigger.
So he's gonna oh, wait a minute. Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Stress.
Yes.
When you're at 4, it's +1 to strike out, right?
Yes, when you're at 4, you could add either
Rageful or bitter.
Rageful or bitter. So you would add, you could choose Rageful, which gives you +1 to strike out with voice or violence.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to slightly move the gun, fire the gun, explode the glass that's right next to her, and then put the gun back in her face and say, "You're not the one in control. Myself, Graciela, and Sophia are leaving this place. Are we clear? And I'm going to strike out at someone with voice.
Please do. Center of attention. Yes.
Yes. Have I caught them off guard with firing the glass instead of them, or firing at all?
No, they are not caught off guard.
Cool, not a problem. But they have wronged me.
Oh, definitely.
And then
Definitely.
I have +1 for bitter from being stressed. So that's a +4.
Oh.
10, right on the nose.
Oh my gosh.
I rolled a
All right.
6.
All right. So at a 10 plus, sorry. So you could inflict 2 stress, and she has 1 leverage, and you choose 2 of the options below. You either cut them deeply, you take something from them, leave them with your dignity, you revel in causing pain, you clear stress.
Okay, I'm going to revel in causing pain and clear stress on myself. And I'm going to take something from them. And he reaches up and rips her lottery ticket out of her hand while the gun is still on her.
She had her arms crossed and it's kind of like just been looking at you, even like sternly faced, even as the wine glass explodes around her, and is not saying a word. And then Matt is going to kind of walk up and it's just like, Marcello, I would appreciate it if there was no more guns on this property. And Mariposa, this is... There's way to work around this than holding us all at fucking hostage. Like, what the fuck is this? We are supposed to be working on this together, and then you are just deciding, no, I want to fucking take everything away from that and on this whole employees. No, that's some bullshit. And Mariposa just gets this slight smirk, and she's actually going to, as Matt is like here talking to you, and she is going to take the gun from your hand, slap Matt with it, and run away.
Oh,
because you were a little caught off guard, and so she is going to be like this. She doesn't even take lottery ticket. She's going to run away and runs out of scene into kind of like the back, unsure where she went. And Matt is just like on the ground, clutching his face and just be like, what the fuck?
Cabrona. I'm gonna like help Matt up, and I'm gonna ask him, how do we open these gates?
Yes. I will. It's in the manager's office. It's from a key, which that Cabrona probably has on her person. I will see if I could go unlock it. You, Marcello, you are staying here. And he's gonna take the gun. He's taking the gun. It's like this. We talked about this. No more. And he's gonna he's holding it like he doesn't really like it, and it's kind of like just holding it with 2 hands and kind of like waving it around unnecessarily. Like, we talked about this. He's gonna kind of like, I will see what I could do, try to find out where that Cabrona went. Aurora, if you could actually, can I talk to you after, more private?
I mean, this is all just sort of happening. I don't think she could do anything but like nod. She's like, please just don't hurt me.
No. And like he sees the gun in his hands, like, no. Okay. Just everyone just try to calm down. I'm sure Mariposa maybe had too much to drink or something. I will try to figure this out. And he's gonna lead you, Aurora, to down the hall and just kind of explain, like, as we are away and getting close to the manager's office, he's going to look at you and like he pulls out the ticket and it's like, Aurora, this is your ticket. So I don't have no fucking clue what Mariposa's planning, but that does mean you get the bigger split of it, assuming we get the fuck out of here, which we'll get the fuck out of here. But that means you could get out of here. You could get out of San Diego. You could go do your acting. It's what you wanted, yes?
One sec. Sorry, I'm still kind of scrolling through everything.
No, you're good. You're good.
I don't think there are really any moves that super apply here. I think she's just sort of like really taken aback by the fact that it was her ticket and just the finale, like the reality of this is all just hitting her, and she kind of goes faint.
Is she actually gonna faint?
Maybe. For dramatic effect.
I would say that from this, as he's kind of like holding the ticket, and you're coming to sudden realization of like, one, there was just a fucking gun, and like someone almost got shot, and then apparently someone's like trying to steal all the money from everyone, which is just kind of like really rude. You're feeling faint, and like your vision of Matt is kind of going blurry, and you fall to the ground, and just like you're fainted. You don't know what to do with yourself. From the hallway, as everyone kind of like is like in stunned silence, you just hear a slump of a body hitting the floor right where Matt left.
Oh my fucking gosh, you fucking dead.
Murder.
Where is Serena hiding, by the way?
Serena has been hiding in the bathroom, but I think at this point, she has made her way out. She's going to try to take kind of an unexpected route to get to where Mariposa is. So she's kind of trying to like slip past everyone unnoticed.
Okay. If you want, I'd say you could. Yeah, you're going through. You've been at this restaurant before a couple times. You're here every Friday. So like near the manager's office where you assume they went. But as you get closer, you see that the door to the office is wide open, and you don't see anything in there. You see there's like security cameras, and there's like the big red button with a key in it that looks like, well, the key, but you need the key to unlock it. The key's not in there, unfortunately. As you assume, locked all the gates. And then opposite of the door, you see like one of those ventilation gates, and it's definitely just like, the gate has been torn off.
Oh my God, Mariposa vented. Oh, I know what Serena's gonna do.
Oh no.
I know exactly what Serena's going to do. I would like to go to where Matt and Aurora are. So they're just in the hallway, right? And she fainted and he's tending to her.
Yeah, she fainted, and Matt's just like kind of like looking over here, like, waving his hand, trying to like get her to come back, like wake back up, essentially.
I'm going to try to take advantage of the fact that he's distracted and try to take the gun from him.
Okay. I would say, why don't you do this as an act with desperation? I'll give you a +1 because he's distracted. And then I could assume you're probably doing this for vengeance.
Oh yes. I'm about to give Mariposa a bad day.
All right, go ahead and roll with that.
That's it's gonna be a 6.
Oh,
Oh.
Okay. As he's standing, Matt just kind of like he legitimately just like put the gun on the floor next to him, and he's tending to it. And then as you're kind of like walking forward, he definitely notices you, and he seems a little surprised that you're walking like behind him so strangely, and you reach for the gun. You get the gun, but you reach it too fast, and a shot goes off into the wall. Doesn't hit anyone, but a shot goes off, and everyone in the restaurant just heard another gunshot go off. Matt's just like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
And she's gonna pick up the gun and say, "I'm getting us the fuck out of here." And she's gonna walk back towards the office if she can get past him.
I mean, he's not gonna stop you because you have a gun. But,
Yeah.
What's everyone else's reactions when they hear a gunshot?
I'm gonna put my hand up to like Gabriela and Sophia because they're my ladies, and I'm just going to be like, wait right here, and then I like run back. In his mind, they're his ladies, but not machismo. And he like puts up the hand and like runs there, and I'm gonna make the move big entrance. And oh shoot, I don't have leverage on Sarina, do I? I don't think I do.
No, you do not.
No, I have leverage on Sophia. Never mind. I am going to not do big entrance. Instead, I'm just going to kind of burst in and look around and ask, what's going on here?
Matt just is like, you see Matt on the floor, kind of like a little shaken. You see Aurora fainted on the ground. And you see down the hallway, you just see Serena just kind of like walking away, gun in their hand, like as if they don't care, which they probably don't. Let's be real.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I have nothing against Aurora. Like, I'm not trying to sabotage her or anything, but I'm not interested in her.
Right.
What's your action? So like Matt's just gonna be like, Marcello, you and that fucking gun, I swear, I told you not to bring it. Now, pinche, like, Serena. Fucking, I don't know what they're gonna do. They said they're gonna fucking give Mariposa a bad day. I'm already having a bad day. I don't need any more bad days here.
He is going to run after Serena dramatically, and he's going to bolt as fast as he can and like say, what do you think you're doing, Serena? You think you're just going to go in there guns blazing and stop her? Do you even know how to shoot a gun? And I'm going to strike out at someone with voice. Okay. Okay, I rolled a 4.
I mean, you're probably the center of attention.
Yeah, that's
so
5.
You get that. What are the other questions? Where strike out at someone?
She has wronged me recently, even though I'm not aware of it. But she has wronged me recently.
have you caught them off guard? I mean, I don't think you caught them off guard because you kind of were running at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they did wrong you, so that does only bring it to a 6.
That only brings me to a 6. Oh god.
On a miss.
Another XP. Yay.
Another XP. This is true. You know what, Serena? What's your reaction? I'm gonna let you do the hard move.
I know what I'm gonna do. I think Serena is going to look at Marcello, and she's going to pitch her voice up a little bit and say, Marcello, darling, why are you shouting at me like this? And pretend to be Sophia. and she's going to try some fake tears.
Is that a playbook move?
It is not. It's just
Okay.
what I think.
Okay, no, I think that's totally good. I on a miss, I think that Marcello, you believe that this is
Oh
actually
yeah, I fall
Sophia.
for it.
Yeah.
I fall for it. And I'm confused. I'm like, how did you and then in that time that I'm confused, it gives Serena the time to get away.
Oh, she's
Or
not
unless-
going to do that.
Oh, she's not gonna do that. Oh no, I'm in so much
what's-
trouble.
She's Here's what Serena's going to do. She is going to throw herself into Marcello's arms and just say, "Oh, that horrible woman, Mariposa, you don't know, my sweet, but she's trapped us all in here, and I'm frightened, Marcello. I need you to help me find her."
Oh, so good.
Wait. No. No. What kind of fool do you think I am? And I'm going to accuse someone of lying. And say, Sophia is in the front room. You're not Sophia. I don't understand what's happening, but I know that you're lying. And let me go ahead and.
Yeah, I would say you would have evidence because, as far as you're aware, it was definitely Sophia.
Yeah.
In your mind, I don't really think you have an audience at this point.
No.
And I would say, honestly, at this point, I'd say Serena slash Sophia is definitely the center of attention right now.
Oh, yes. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and roll. I rolled a 12.
Oh,
So you choose 3.
Wow. There's no like, it's either I'm like winning or I am catastrophically failing.
Yeah.
There's no like middle ground. Okay. I get to choose. Okay, I choose 3.
Yeah.
I am going, okay, you do not have any leverage on me. So I'm going to pick that I'm right. They admit to their falsehood or mark off stress, your choice.
Mhm.
And they're surprised, scared, or flustered. They must act with desperation before they can act against them. I'm going to pick those 3.
Okay. So yeah, Corvin slash Serena, you can either admit that you're wrong or mark off stress. I don't know if you got any. You did. You did,
I
because-
have a few points of stress.
Yeah.
So you could do that. If you'd like to rebuttal, you'd have to act with desperation before you could do anything else against Marcello.
I'm going to do that because I'm doubling down on my lie. I'm not going to admit that I'm wrong because that'll let me mark my 4th stress, which is going to give me the condition rageful. And here's what I'm going to do with that. So to act with desperation, my inevitable plan is to strike out here, but I need to act out with desperation first. So first, just to see if I can not break character in the process.
Yeah.
I think that Serena is going to point the gun at Marcello and just say, "You horrible man. How could you not recognize your own lover? How could you shout at me like that? How could you be so cruel? I thought I loved you. But you're a
He's just
monster."
holding up his hands, in shock.
So I'm acting with desperation. I'm definitely doing this for vengeance, and I'm definitely taking advantage of my twin's reputation.
Oh,
here.
yes.
Could it be argued that I'm doing this for love?
I mean,
I think that Serena would not have tried to get with Marcello if she didn't want him.
You know,
It's 'cause he's so handsome. It's so
of
charming.
course, yeah, so charming and handsome, and so charming with his hands in the air. Yeah, I think that's good.
All right. So that's going to be +3. That's going to be a 10 to act with desperation. All's well. So now I'm going to roll to strike out at someone.
No.
They have just wronged me, and I'm going to guess that I've caught him off guard by pointing the gun at him,
Yes, I'm gonna say yes.
and I am taking advantage of my twin's
You
reputation.
still are, yes, you are.
That's going to be a 9.
All right, so Marcello,
Did you
get
add your +1 from your rageful?
Oh no,
Yeah.
I didn't. Thank you,
Yes.
thank you,
Wow,
thank you
welcome.
for that.
all right.
I've played a
so,
bard. Every +1
Oh,
counts.
Thank you. Okay.
So Marcello, you get 2 stress.
Ugh.
You have 1 leverage over Serena, and then what are the 2 that you are choosing?
I'm going to clear 1 stress
Okay.
and cancel the leverage that he has over me.
Okay.
Damn it.
It says you revel in causing pain and you leave with your dignity intact.
Yeah, so the leverage. So you just get the 2 stress, Marcello, which leaves you at
Okay.
6,
5.
5. Okay.
Yeah.
Which I think you now also get frazzled.
Yes. For
Yeah.
sure.
So okay. You are able to leave. Where are you going after you just left Marcello just like stunned?
I'm going to try to make my way back to my basement.
Okay. I think that's good. I want to cut to Sophia and Graciela. What are y'all doing amongst the shouting and the gunshot that went off after everything just happened?
So I'm thinking I'm under a lot going through my head right now. That doesn't usually happen to me. And I see how the madam has like been handling this so well, bottle in hand,
Oh no.
hand ready to slap in the other, essentially. And I want to express my love passionately to her.
Yes.
The most
Yes.
desperate way possible. And just be
Alright.
like, oh, I'm so scared. What's going on? And I just like spiral like into her grabbable range, pretend to swoon. Like, oh, what am I to do?
I would say for this, you're definitely dressed to impress. That's the whole thing of tonight.
Yes, of course.
Does Graciela know that Sofia is single? Do they believe that they are single?
I mean, I'm kind of famously single.
No, I mean, do you believe that Sophia is single?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Do I? What's this whole thing going on with you and Marcello? Like,
From what I understand, Marcello is trying to woo Sophia, but Sophia, the charm is not working because he's actually been. There was 1 kiss, but maybe it was like a drunken kiss or something.
then yeah, no, yes, I believe that she's single. Yes.
All right, so I would say you get +2.
Okay. Five, 6, 7, 9.
9. Okay, so on that your target chooses 1. So they could either give themselves to you, reveal a secret they probably shouldn't, mark off stress to conceal their feelings, or give you leverage and show you how you reach them. Which Daniel, which one are you choosing?
I mean, I think this is the time to give myself to Sophia. And I think it's more of a an opportunistic giving myself than an actual, like, yeah, you have my heart. It's the this is where we are. I can play off this. And so as she reaches out and like swoons towards me, I'll swiftly put down the bottle of wine and grab her with both hands and like maybe like slick back her hair and go, "Oh, Sophia, it's okay, don't worry, madam will protect you. Come sit come sit, actually she'll sit down and she's come sit on my lap." And she pulls her in and like wraps an arm around her. She says, I'm sorry this evening has been so stressful. I mean, I know Mariposa and I had a history, but I didn't think she'd lash out this violently. She stares longingly into your eyes and she says, I'm so sorry that she put you through this. I didn't mean to cause you any stress. I would not want all of this stress to blemish that pretty face of yours. And she like slowly caresses her cheek. So yeah.
I imagine she has like so much work done on her cheeks. You can't even tell her face is reacting.
And I offer her like a swig. I take a swig off the bottle of wine and I offer her, I say, here, this helps a lot.
And I just like gesture to like invite her to pour it all over my body. Just for fun.
So the madam looks around at the room and tries to, and says, "Oh, darling, we should save the fun for later. I don't relish an audience. They don't get a free show. We could make some coins off this."
Now that's a woman that likes branding.
As this sight is happening in the main dining room, you hear from the kitchen loud clattering of like metal bowls and stuff clattering to the ground, enough that actually, Aurora, you're actually able to come up from your faint, and you wake up to see Matt just kind of like still fanning you, and he sees your eyes open. It's like, but he sees your eyes open and like looking at the kitchen. It's just like, and it's like, oh my God, Aurora, are you okay? You're awake. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a little overwhelmed is all.
Okay. You should go back to the dining room. I think it's probably good there. I think Sophia and Graciela will be there to watch over you. Make sure nothing else happens. I'm gonna go. And he's gonna kind of like help you up and then walk away. What would you like to do as Aurora?
So at this point, I'm kind of running through the scenarios in my head. Do I have like the ticket on my person, or is it still with Matt?
Oh yeah, he would have definitely given you the ticket.
Okay, so there's part of Aurora that just wants to like basically just go straight home so nothing else can happen. This has been a hell of a day. But she also knows if she does that, people are going to start asking questions. And she doesn't want any undue attention brought onto herself. Because from her perspective, nobody else really knows what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think being alone with her thoughts is probably one of the worst things that could happen right now, because there's so much happening. This'll just be like sort of ammo for her to sort of start catastrophizing. That's a big word. Over the worst case that could happen. So thinking that she tucks a ticket like into the deepest pocket she has, and then she walks back into the dining room, and she doesn't really know quite what she's looking at. She basically opens the door, just takes a quick look at sort of whatever is happening over there, and then decides maybe I should go home. They're having their fun. I'm not gonna impede on their parade.
Well, right now you are unfortunately stuck in the restaurant because the gates are still down.
Oh, right, there are still gates.
Yeah, there's still the whole being trapped by Mariposa. If you want, do you want to just like sit awkwardly in the dining room while these two have
there's
their
not really
moment?
anything else for me to do. I feel like she doesn't really know what to do with herself. So at this point, she just sort of stands there.
Okay, just kind of like awkwardly twiddle their thumbs. Okay, so at this point for let's say Serena, Marcello. Serena, you have you're kind of like walking towards the what was it, the employee restroom is what you said that. Marcello, you let them get away, and you are walking away, and you both kind of hear this commotion in the kitchen because it's loud enough, and you hear this clanging and stuff. You are kind of like both walking away from each other, but you are still close enough where you could like reach there at the same time.
Yeah, I think I was having a moment where like I was heading to the office because I think Matthew mentioned that's where the button was. But I think I'm gonna pause and then I'm gonna make my way to the kitchen.
Serena's on a mission. She's gonna just keep going.
Okay. As let's follow Marcello. As Marcello, you head towards the kitchen. As you walk in, you do see it is one of those. It's like a big, a restaurant kitchen. So like stainless steel tables. There's like ingredients all over the place. They have those like there's big pots of like where you can see there's still some like birria and like ramen being made in the corner, and one section is specifically made for sushi, and you see there's all these knives that are on like those really cool like magnetic knife holders. Is that the word for it? That's the word for it now, knife holders.
I've worked in a restaurant. I know what those look like. I've put knives on those
and
things.
then as you see on the floor, Mariposa is like kind of like fell from the vent that was above one of the stoves. So she's on the ground now, and Matt is like trying to help them up, and Mariposa is just like, you need to get the fuck away, okay? I am done with you, Matthew. This was supposed to be fine. This is for the restaurant. You can't just like, why aren't you helping me with this? And that's kind of like the scene that's going on. What does Marcello do?
I'm going to make a big entrance. I walk into the scene, carefully take one of the knives off of the magnet and just kind of start playing with it in my hand seductively. And at this point, the audience notices that during his struggle with Sarina, a couple of more buttons popped. And now, like, it's like halfway down and you could see like his pecs and musculature, but it's all hairy, and you could see his like deep tanned, glistening skin as he makes his way with a smoldering stare. And I'm going to spend my one leverage on Mariposa to capture her attention and make her stare at me with my dark, intense eyes as I slow walk towards her with the knife in my hand.
Okay, so that is the big entrance. So do you roll with that?
So she has to act with desperation. So I burn the leverage, and it forces Mariposa to obviously stare at me and act with desperation before acting against you. And then if they roll a 7 or 9, instead of the MC telling them the cost, complication, whatever, you take something from them or take leverage back, your choice. If they miss, they get both instead of the MC making the move. I'm not sure how that works against NPCs, but I'll leave that in your hands, Dusty. It's your call.
I would say as you're doing this, as you're kind of walking up with a knife, Mariposa is just like, it's getting just like enough with Matthew, and they see you walking up with the knife, and they're just like enraptured. It's like, Marcello, what do you want now?
I want you to go to that office, press that button, and let us all go. And go home with our winnings. And then, and he points the knife at her, we can just pretend that none of this ever happened. He says with an intense threat on his voice. And I'm going to strike out with voice. And I'm at 5 stress, so that adds +1 for bitter, I believe.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. This is so much fun. Have I caught them off guard?
Yes, because they were so enraptured with you that, yeah.
Okay, and they have wronged me.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, and then
Center of attention.
center of attention.
Oh, yeah, with the big ass knife, yeah.
Yeah, 3. Okay. 9, 10, 11. I got a 12.
All right, so you are causing more stress to Mariposa, and they gonna leverage over you, but you do get to choose 2 of those options.
Okay. I'm going to cut them deeply, inflicting 1 additional stress. And I'm going to revel in causing pain and clear 1 of the stress off me.
Okay, so you're down to 4, so you lose the frazzle, I believe. And yeah, as you're doing this, Mariposa is just they are just unsure what to do. They were about to say, like, they on their lips you could see like the word like don't, you can't, but they don't know what to say. And they're gonna get up and dust themselves off and kind of like walk towards you with the hands up, and it's like, Marcello, with our history and your history, I thought maybe we could work together on this. And they're saying this as they're getting closer, and they're now like within a couple inches between like the knife and them, but like pretty close to you. And they're like, if you join me on this, we could just leave everyone else behind. Leave Matt, leave Aurora, leave Sophia, everyone. But you need to make sure we get the money.
The money is for all of us or none of us.
Well,
maybe if you asked, I would have lent you the money, Mariposa. And I would have. That's the sad part. I have plenty of money. Graciela has plenty of money. We would have helped you with our shares to save this business. But now, because of what you have done, and I hold the knife up, I'm not giving you yet.
And Mariposa is looking at you, and they're going to say, I am sorry that you feel. And before she finishes that sentence, Matt comes behind her with the fire extinguisher and knocks her out. Slams it to the back of her head. And now he's holding the fire extinguisher at you, Marcello. And it's like, put down the knife. We got to talk now. And we're going to take another break.
Oh!
And we will be back soon. All right, we are back. We are back. So let's just cut right back to it. Marcello, you just you had this confrontation with Mariposa, and then Matt just knocked her out in front of you and is now holding the fire extinguisher at you, kind of like over his shoulder, like not quite sure what to do, but definitely like he will smack you in the face as well. And it's gonna be like, okay, Marcello, okay. So, yeah, about the money thing. How do I put this? Not everyone was gonna get all the money anyways. So, you know, don't get too angry, but like, I really need the money too. Uh, so I what so I need to get back to Aurora. If we could just like, walk calmly, pretend like Mariposa didn't just try to murder all of us, we could get going.
I very calmly, as much as he can muster, walk back with him. But he doesn't exactly look pleased.
Yeah, it's like he sees you kind of like lower the knife, and he's gonna like, okay, he's gonna like slowly put the fire extinguisher on the ground,
Right. Puts
next
the
to,
knife back up on the magnet thing.
and he gives you a thumbs up, like, 'cause he's really awkward. It's like, okay, cool. And he's gonna kind of like walk back to the dining room with you in tow, you looking very angry. And you and Matt walk in to see Aurora just kind of looking confused, and Sofia on Graciela's lap, both sharing a bottle of wine. Um, and Matt's just gonna be like, I, hmm, I see you have all made yourself comfortable. I am glad. Um, so about like all this money thing. Uh, so the winning ticket was Aurora's. So I think by design they should probably get, the extra share. But unfortunately, as most of you have ties and are employees of mine, I was gonna take a bigger cut from all of yours as well. You know, no problem, right? Right, no problem. And just kind of like looks there very sheepishly, but just like, yeah, no problem.
Sophia is summarily dropped on her rear as
As
Alta Gracia stands up, wielding her wine bottle now. For emphasis, and she says, "You pinche cabron, you're going to try and double cross me. Did we not just go over this with this one over here?" And she points to Mariposa.
Or to the back where Mariposa
Yeah, I was
is.
gonna say,
Yeah,
where-
Probably to the back. You have no
Yeah.
idea what happened.
Oh yeah. To that one, and there's like a splash of wine that goes out of the bottle. And she says, I demand fair shares for everyone. I demand that we split this equally and that there be some kind of oversight into the distribution of the funds in this pool, because obviously none of the owners around here can be trusted, and there's just wine splattering everywhere at this point. And she is demanding what she deserves.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I am, let me see. Cool. I am not frazzled. So good. Okay. So that is, let me just roll. before I even see if it's worth it.
Spoiler alert,
Mhm.
Matthew doesn't love you in this moment.
Yeah, I mean, I figured that. And all right. So, let me see where are the questions for this one. It is, are you offering something of value in return? I mean, sure, she'll go, she'll as I'm swinging around, she goes, look, if you're that hard up for cash, I'll give you my share if it's that hard up. We'll talk about, what that costs, but if you need the cash, I can definitely front you the cash. So yeah, she wants to offer at least, her share up as the, as a pot for the rest of the employees. And I think at this point she is actually doing this for, I mean, if she can't have all the money, then I guess everyone should have equal share. It's all or nothing.
Okay, yeah, I'd say yeah, you could definitely mark that as well.
All right, so then I rolled 5 with my +2. That would make a 7.
Okay, so the target. Let me see. Matt is like looking at you with this, you swinging the bottle, and just like, he starts looking sheepishly, then he just kind of like straightens up and it's like, Graciela, no, this is not how it's supposed to work. Okay, like I was fully aware this restaurant was going under. That's by the way, they're escalating into Nayu, so they're marking stress.
I figured.
It's like they so everyone keep a clear head. My daughter's in the hospital. She's been there for a year and they don't know what's wrong with her. She's been having surgery and going on a procedure, and it's so much fucking money. So this lottery, I was kind of hoping on it to pay off that, because not only is the restaurant in debt because of me, because I was stealing funds, taking extra funds, I am incredibly in debt as well. It's $100 million, y'all. There's still a lot of money to go around. I just need a little extra.
And I think that Serena is going to burst out laughing.
Okay.
You lying son of a bitch. You really expect us to believe that sob story? How long have I been working here, Matt? How long? You've never once brought up this daughter to me. I don't buy it. I think you're trying to pull one out from under us. And I'm going to accuse him of lying to my face.
All right.
I have an audience for sure.
Please.
And I think, do I have evidence? I mean, has he mentioned? I don't think he's mentioned before, has he?
Definitely has not mentioned this before.
So that's the fact that I've been around and he hasn't said Jack, to me, seems like evidence.
I would say, yeah, sure.
So I am going to do that roll, and that's going to be an 8.
Ooh.
So I'm going to choose 2. I'm going to say I'm right. He is lying, and he's either going to mark off stress or admit his falsehood.
He is going to like turn around, because I assume he kind of just like walked back from the secret dungeon, whatever.
Yeah,
I heard you laughing.
Well, I slunk out of the bathroom. You
Her
know,
lair.
she has
Yeah.
a delicate. She has a delicate. You know, constitution.
And he's gonna look surprised and just like, I'm just trying to keep a professional relationship. And with that, he's gonna turn around and chuck a bottle of wine at you.
At me?
At you.
Oh!
Okay.
So he's taking one stress. He's gonna chuck a bottle of wine at you, and then he's going to grab another one and break it on the table. And kind of like look at all you and then look at Aurora and just like, Aurora, second plans, I need a lottery ticket.
Matt made a mistake.
Oh shit, that's why you have a fucking gun.
That's correct.
Oh!
I'm going to roll to strike out at someone.
Oh.
I think that
Do
I'm
it.
catching him off guard, and I think he just wronged me.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be a 12.
Yes!
I'm going to cut him deeply
Oh,
and take something from him.
what do you take?
I am going. That's such a good question. Maybe I should clear one stress. I can't think of what I would want to take from him.
Oh, I was thinking that too, Dustin.
I'm gonna.
It's life.
Oh, you know, I. No, I don't want to kill him. I don't want to kill him. I just want to put his stupid ass out of commission today.
I think that as he's doing this, and he's now holding like the broken bottle at Aurora, saying that he needs that ticket back. And then you, from behind you, everyone hears a shot, and then Matt just kind of like stumbles, and he just falls flat on his face. You got him like right, like not debilitating, but you got him like right in the shoulder. And Matt's kind of like a wimp. So he's just gonna pass the fuck out.
And once he does, I'm going to search him for the keys because I bet he took them off Mariposa.
Yeah, as you kind of doing this, what's everyone's reaction as Serena
As I-
just shot a fucker and is now going to his
Just
body looking
shot
for
him.
some
And now I'm
keys.
patting him down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyone want to fuck with me?
No. Oh wow.
I
Let's
ran
see
out of
here.
space on the page when I was marking my stress.
It's at this point, so all of this is going down, and then he is going to. I'm finally going to make my entrance, right? So I'm going to make the big entrance move at this point, as he just sort of comes in, striding in the room, like looking nervously over at the scene with Mr. Estrada and Serena, but going straight up towards Sophia. And then like as he does that, the camera like starts to slow down as he's making this slow walk. His like, you know, his chest still revealed from before, but he's looking a little bit more sweaty and harried. And I'm going to spend my one leverage on Graciela to kind of, you know, have her like stare and like, you know, catch her attention as he makes his way up to Sophia to like pick her up and sort of hold her in his arms. And then like Graciela's getting like a really good view of his backside and his V-shaped torso. And I'm going to just kind of capture Graciela's attention in the middle of all of this chaos. So that if she wants to act against me, she has to act with desperation. And that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Does anyone else want to do anything? Like, okay, Aurora, you just got like like someone was about to attack you and they just got shot with what's going on now.
I just want to get out of here. I don't even care about the lottery anymore. I just want to leave my life.
Okay. Gracias, Sofia.
What do I have to do to get out of this?
Well,
this
if you
charm
want to,
effect?
if you want to act against Marcello, you'd have to act with desperation before you could do anything.
Only against him.
Only
Yes.
against me. I'm trying to
Okay.
protect myself because you're scary and larger than life.
The big hair,
Whatever
is
you do
intimidating.
next, I want you to do it to somebody else, not me.
Sure.
Fair.
So the last we left it off, Aurora had the lottery ticket, right?
Yes, Aurora has a lottery ticket, yes. And she's
Okay.
just kind of like, I'm fucking done here.
Okay. I'd like to just kind of look around the room and how did Sophia act to Marcello coming in all suave and sexy?
Probably like very me? Yeah, sure, I'll take this. And then she gets a glance at the face. I'm like, oh, it's you.
It's you, so sad.
So she just like, as soon as she can, she's like quickly back on her feet.
I think Altagracia is going to look at this scene between Sophia and Marcello and go, okay, so this seems to be a distraction, and is going to hone in on Aurora and see that she is lost and, trying to figure out what to do and trying to get out of here. And I think I want to just kind of like slide up behind her. There's one shot where she's there, where she's not behind her, and then the next shot, like she's just appears next to her with a bottle of wine, which is magically full. And I go, I think I want, let me see. Okay. I think I want to slide up and say, so how about you and me get on out of here and see what we can do with our earnings?
I'm really leaning into the naivete of this character. So honestly, you've offered me a ticket to leave. I'm taking it. We'll figure all this out after.
Sure. So I'm going to so the doors, the alarms and all are still locked, right?
Yep.
Okay. And like the whole building is a lockdown. We haven't found the key, so there is no technical real way out.
Correct.
Okay, so I say all right, so well, you stay behind me. I'll or you go over there and join Sophia and Marcello. They seem to be keeping themselves out of trouble currently. I'll be along shortly to collect you all while I go see if Serena has found the key. If you want, I can hold on to that lottery ticket for you to make sure that it's safe. That way you're no longer a target.
That she pauses at, because while she's like blindly trusting enough to let to just follow somebody out, to get out, just to leave. I don't know if she's quite on that level of trusting. Is like, here, I have a golden ticket, but you can hold on to it.
Trying to see if there's something I can do to make you.
There's I hate to pick on Aurora, but there's a demand what you deserve.
I mean, yeah, but do I really deserve?
I would say it was like, wait, hold on. Why do you deserve this?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
I don't really deserve her
I mean,
lottery ticket. I
as
mean, I
the-
deserve respect, sure, and trust, but I don't think she would play off on this. I think it was a long shot.
Okay,
And
okay.
and I think it was kind of one of those like tongue in cheeks, kind of like, I could hold on to that for if you'd like. Make sure you're no longer a target. No, okay. I'll be along, my dear. You go along with the other ones, and I'll make sure that Serena is under control. And I'll slink my way over to Serena.
Okay. As this is all happening, Serena, you are frantically searching over Matt's body, and you actually you can't find any keys at all. And you keep searching, and you even like flip him over, and like he's still bleeding, but at this point I don't think you care whatsoever. And search all his jack pockets, and you don't see anything. And then as you are doing this and Graciela walks up to you again from the kitchen, you all hear a loud bang. Not like a gunshot bang, more like something small exploding bang. uh, and you could see like the kitchen's like has one of those windows where the chefs start putting, you see fire coming from the kitchen. And it is going off at an alarming rate.
Okay. At this point, Marcello's going to break out into a run and start running to the back office.
Okay.
Like just like and like when he gets there, if nothing gets in his way on the way there, he's gonna burst into the office and immediately just start frantically searching for the button to unlock everything.
You see the buttons there. The button is like one of those things where you have to put a key in there to turn it around, and the key is still missing.
He's just gonna scream, "Carajo!" Like as he just like flips over a chair and like just super pissed.
Is anyone else reacting to the fire in the kitchen?
I have a question. Who has the
Yes.
ticket?
Aurora still has the ticket, from my understanding.
Okay. Serena is going to run over to Aurora, grab her hand and say, "Follow me."
I'll hesitate a bit. It's like, wait, where are we going?
Just do what I say.
And then I don't really see any other option. I just go with.
Okay.
I am taking her to the staff bathroom.
Oh no.
Oh
no.
Oh no. What's happening?
I'm if I see this, I'm following.
Yeah, I think you may be a little stunned, but you see Serena walk over, and you just like see them run away, as like the fire is still raging on, and Matt's still on the ground just bleeding. No one's caring about him. It's
Nope.
Okay.
And as Aurora and I duck into the bathroom, I look at the madam and I point to the sign on the door that says "employees only," and I shut the door and lock it.
Hearses, foiled by rules.
What's Sophia doing?
That sign won't stop me because I choose not to read it.
I think while all this is going down, do I know the whereabouts of Mariposa at this point?
As far as you were aware, you don't quite know. You may have like assumed maybe they were in the kitchen because that's where Matt and Marcello came from, but like you don't have like a definite idea.
I do want to be in search of her because, like, regardless of what happened, she doesn't want anything to happen to her, so she can find her own ways of revenge for what's been going down. So she wants to seek her out, and let her know, hey, we're kind of coming under fire, literally. So we should
Yeah. If you want,
work together to escape. Yeah.
You could probably assume that, yeah, you check the kitchen and you see you go into the kitchen, like you open like the double doors and you see this fire blazing from one of the stoves, and like as you look, you see there's like every possible thing flammable was thrown on top of the stove, and then you see Mariposa just chucking more stuff on it and then shaking oil all over the kitchen, and she looks at you, it's just like,
Jesus.
nice to see you, Sophia. I think I don't know. I think you're fucked. How are you?
Because of all the fire and the heat, I'm obviously just like glistening like I'm on Baywatch right now.
Yes.
And I just go, you bitch. And I want to strike out at her in violence and essentially body tackle her. I've had so much work done. I'm essentially a human battering ram.
Is it like the mom from Mean Girls?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
All right. Strike out at someone. I'd say you running at them full on definitely caught them off guard. They have definitely wronged you. You can make the argument you are the center of attention right now because you are definitely glistening in this fiery glow and cooking oil being thrown everywhere.
Yes. So 6 plus 2.
It's an 8. So you are you definitely pushing her over the edge. You do gain a leverage, but what do you want to do on the choose one? You either cut them deeply, take something, leave with your dignity, or clear stress.
Was that 8 including the bonuses from the questions, or was that because there was a +3 from the questions? Would you roll a 6 plus 2?
Yeah, 6 plus 2.
So then plus 3 would be 11.
Oh,
you got 11.
Okay.
So you choose 2.
Well, does she have anything left to take at this point?
I'd also like to point out that we know that there's a fire extinguisher in the kitchen because it's what Matt used to knock her out in the first place.
That is true.
I mean, you could probably assume if anyone had the keys, maybe the person that locked everything down.
Oh my God! Yeah, take the keys. Take the keys.
I think I'm going to go for that one definitely. And I'm going to cut them deeply. Does that mean physically cut them?
I mean, either physically or emotionally, you're including stress. I think at this point, you are. So if you want to do that, here's what I think is to happen. You just charge them and just knock them flat on their ass. They are on the ground now, and you just kind of you know well enough, and Mariposa knows, you just kind of like reach between her cleavage and there's the keys right there, knowing that no one else would go there. And you are just gonna like look at her and just, I would say you could probably just walk away as the fire is enveloping the kitchen. Mariposa is not gonna make any moves. She is beyond her stress limit.
Well, sweet. I think I'm just gonna leave her to it. I've got the key, and I'm just gonna go back to the dining hall because I don't know where everyone went, to be honest. And just say, "Hello, where is everybody?" Dangling the keys around.
Can I hear her shouting from the office?
I mean, probably you could probably like after like you did a whole like flip a chair thing, and like you're
Yeah.
probably walking out the office, and yeah, you see Sophia just like jangling the keys.
Okay.
Hello.
Sophia, over
Oh.
here. I
Oh,
like
finally. Yeah.
I like open the door for her and like let her in, and he's like, right, aquí, right here. And he like points at where the key goes.
Mhm, mhm.
All right, I'm gonna insert the key. It's a little hard to get in at first, but with Marcelo's help, we got it in.
Together, yeah. You got it in together. Got you. You're able to turn the key, and then with that, as you turn the key, the gates all just like go up. The place is no longer locked down. Um, the kitchen is quickly catching on fire. There is a man shot in the dining room. Um, what's Serena and Aurora doing?
Um,
I have no idea what's going on.
Let me tell you.
What are we
After-
doing?
after I locked the door, I think Serena turned to Aurora, very desperately and said, like, that ticket that you've got is worth more than both of our lives. And so she's going to pull up the tiles that reveal the trapdoor, and she says, stay down there, don't touch anything. I will come and get you when it's safe. Until then, don't move a muscle.
She's like, and she just kind of looks as like, how long has this existed?
And she just smiles at Aurora and winks.
And then guess she climbs in. Man, I'm like just basically going along with what anybody says.
You're just along for the ride.
And
I'm just
Serena,
like, you know what? Like I'm too overloaded to process anything right now.
Yeah, Serena, truly the cinnamon roll. Not Serena.
no, yes,
Aurora.
Serena. No, she did
Aurora.
nothing wrong.
Yeah, definitely not.
No. Serena is the cinnamon roll.
The only thing Serena did wrong was hold back.
What's Serena doing now that they put Aurora in the hole?
Well, now that she's put Aurora in the hole, she's going to open that would be the point where she would cover the hole back up and leave the bathroom and try to find the keys. And of course, I assume at this point that everything that we're probably time-wise, this is probably when Sophia just took down Mariposa. So Serena goes back out into the dining hall with the madam.
Mm-hmm.
What is the madam doing during all this?
I think she's probably been kicking on the door, wiggling the handle, screaming at Serena, how dare she betray her? How dare she leave her burning to death? She'll come back and get her revenge. Just in between rage screaming in between big gulps of wine.
And the door swings open and Serena says, crazy woman, I have good news for you.
Yes.
We're going to get our money. You understand me?
I knew I could trust you.
And then she was never seen again.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would at this point, I would like to spend my one leverage on Marcello. And I would like to flash back to a deal.
Oh.
I want to see how well. So I'm going to spend one leverage because it's all I have.
Okay.
So I roll with a +1. And see what happens. All right. The dice read 4. Um, so that marks my 5th experience. So I'll level up in a
Ooh.
second. But on a miss, you get to describe both or describe how they use the deal to set a trap for you right now.
Okay.
So I wanted to flash back to a deal between Marcello and I, wherein if one of us happens to have access to the ticket, that we would both split it 50-50 between the two of us, that we would yoink it. And I had offered, as I had been thinking for leverage, that I would give up this crusade of blackmailing him about, him being one of my boys. So you get to either describe, you get to do both. You can say what I promised and what you promised, or you get to describe how they use the deal to set a trap for me right now. I mean, I have ideas for all of this, but yes, it's all on you.
How I could use the deal to set a trap for you right now?
Yeah,
Oh
right
my
now
gosh.
with the kitchen on
Backstab
fire.
deal with Serena.
Backstab deal.
Is this the triple cross?
Is this the triple cross? Let's do the triple cross.
Yes,
Because we had mentioned earlier about how Serena would not have gone after Marcello if she didn't want him. So essentially, Serena has convinced Marcello as Sophia to betray Graziella and get the money and split it between the two of them. But they needed to lull you into a false sense of security. Essentially.
Yes.
With the promise, that, the half that was going to go to Graciela is going to go to her instead. But I'm not quite sure how that's going to play out. It's very juicy.
The half. So what you're saying is you are going to take all of the money. Half of it is going to go to Marcello and half of it is going to Sophia.
Right. But I think that Serena gave him a different account. He didn't actually give her Serena's account number, or he didn't actually give her Sophia's account number. He gave me Serena's account number instead. Is this too complicated? I feel like this is so telenovela.
Wow.
This is the perfect amount of complicated.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it is
meta.
perfect.
It explains
so
the
perfect.
failsafe, because just in case he somehow got the real account number, you still would be able to steal the money out of her account.
Because he did steal her car. Oh my
Wow.
He stole her
Okay.
card.
This flashback is happening, and y'all are all simultaneously remembering the deal. Sophia and Marcello kind of walking out of the office as the gates kind of open up. Is when like everyone's starting to realize this, and then you hear, see, and feel a loud fireball burst through the kitchen doors. They start flapping wildly, and you can tell this fire is going to be out of control way too fast, way too soon.
Ooh. Marcello's going to break the window to the office and pick up Sophia in this big romantic gesture to like get her out. If it's okay, I decided to switch to grand gesture instead of the protect one move. But he's gonna lift her up the bodyguard style and get her out of the window to safety out in the street to express his love passionately.
So you roll for that, correct?
Yes. I'm rolling right
El
now.
Caballero.
Well, it's the basic move, but the El Caballero says with grand gesture, when you express your love passionately with a grand romantic gesture, they choose one more option from the list, even on a miss.
Oh, okay.
So I rolled an 8. I am, let's see here. I don't think I'm the center of attention right now.
No, the fire is.
The fire is.
Fair.
But I do look, what's the other one? If I look good? Oh yeah, for expressing your love passionately.
Yeah, expressing your love passionately. Are you just to impress?
Yes, always.
Sophia probably believes that you're pretty single, probably.
Oh yeah.
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 All right. So that puts it up to 10.
All right. So you get 2. You get 3 because
Yes.
you have grand gesture.
Yes. All right. Which 3 would you like to pick as I rescue you dramatically?
Well, after all this work, I'll give myself to you, of course. The less I have to walk, the better for me. Reveal a secret they probably shouldn't. What secrets might I have?
I have an idea, but if you have
What
a
are
better,
you thinking?
I have a twin sister.
You know,
True.
But no,
So-
you have a different one.
Oh, wait, oh
I
my
was
God,
leading
no.
around along those lines.
You're helping her out the window, and you just say, "You gotta get my twin sister out of there."
You know, I don't think Serena and I haven't had interactions yet to this point. So I'm gonna
actually.
say, like, bear with me. Oh, I know my sister was supposed to come. My less beautiful but still beautiful sister. Her name is Serena. If you've seen her tonight, please, I don't want to be trapped in this either. Hold on. I lost the page.
You could probably mark off stress as well, or you could get leverage.
Yeah, I was thinking of marking off a stress.
Okay, I totally acceptable.
Thank you.
Marcello, how do you react to figure out like there's
There's
a
2 of them.
There's 2 of them. 2 of them.
I am gonna use my prop, which is have a driver that takes care of everything. And I'm just gonna do a single number dial on my cell phone, and say my driver's gonna be coming around front. You wait in the car. I'm going to go get your sister. And then head back into the building, looking for Serena.
What's Serena and Graciela and Aurora doing?
I chose a new prop for my level up. And I chose a car with a driver. And I had chose that before Hector had reminded us that he had chosen that. So I'd like to
I still have a prop that I haven't chosen.
Nice. I'm calling my car with a driver, or my driver with a car.
Yeah.
Whichever one you want to go. I'm calling my car to come get me the hell out of here because we need to get the hell out of here. I think that's what you flashed to me, like texting my driver to come pick us up. It's time. It's time, Daddy. It's time.
And when you send that text, Serena's gonna duck back into the bathroom, pull up the trap door. Has Aurora followed her instructions?
Yes.
Okay. Smart girl. Serena is gonna pull Aurora up out of the scary basement and say, come on, we're going, we're out of here.
And not a moment too soon.
Okay. As the fire is now spreading very much controllably. You are you four are the only ones left in the building. Are you just gonna like make your way out? What's
Yeah.
what's Marcello doing? Is he gonna try to find them, or is he just gonna?
I mean, he's gonna try to find them, but like he's gonna go like down the hallway and then like look around and like occasionally dramatically block as the fire is getting worse and calling out Serena's name, Serena, Serena, like super dramatic as he's making his way to the front. And if he doesn't find her by the time he gets to the front, he's just gonna bolt out the front door.
But I think the three of us probably make it out before he finds me.
Probably. Yeah, I'd say if y'all, the three of y'all would like to just like get out of there, I would say Marcello would be doing that. And by the time he like crashes through the front door, he definitely sees them all outside. Just at this point, like the look you have when you're just waiting for an Uber.
Just casually standing outside of the burning building.
Yeah,
Waiting for that Uber, like you do on a Friday night,
Yeah.
like every Friday night.
yeah.
They're 2 minutes late. They're definitely getting 4 stars.
All right. Is there any last things that y'all wanted to do as this burning building crumbles to the ground with 2 people still in it?
So
right.
let's go over how the money is being distributed one more time.
Right.
Is this in character or out of character?
Out of character.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I just want to make sure that I understood the plot twists properly.
Yes.
If I understood it correctly, originally you and I had a plan to split it together. And then there was the plan between Marcello and I to split it together. But then Marcello double-crossed me with you. It was going
Thinking
to split it
I
with
was
you,
Sophia.
thinking you were Sophia. But you now have both of his, you
Both
have everyone's
his
account
and
Yep.
Sophia's.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
all the money is going to Serena.
Correct. Again, the evil twin. The evil twin wins everything.
I am going to take one more prop. And I'm going to say that Serena's phone buzzes. She pulls it out of her pocket, and it is a text to her and Sophia from their father. And the prop I'm choosing is a photo of both of you. And, Dad was rooting through some old albums and saw the 2 of us as kids smiling and laughing on the beach. And then another notification comes in saying that a large amount of money has been transferred to my account. And I smile. I delete the picture as it comes in. And I send half of it to the madam because I'm a woman of my word.
But only some.
But only to certain people.
Only some of those words.
Yep.
As
You know what? No, I don't take. It's 10 million. Yeah.
100 million. It was a
100.
shit
100
ton of
million?
money.
Payout would probably be like 25.
I am confused.
Would be.
I am confused about the whole logistics of this.
Oh, just
Lottery
pretend
payout?
that credit limits don't work here.
We
Magical
have the
world.
ticket. How does this
No.
work?
I'm gonna say 10 goes to Serena, 10 goes to the madam, and she's going to give 5 to Aurora.
Oh.
As you are transferring this account, you are putting this money through, maybe on the way home from the car, and you realize that the amount that you got, it was supposed to be 100 million, but it, for some reason, there was only about 50 million deposited. And it's after looking through this, you get home, and Aurora gets home as well. She looks at that. The ticket in her hand doesn't say Aurora's name on it. is his mats. And every number was the same except the last one.
Oh,
And then we cut to the building, and
Oh.
inside Matt's pocket is the actual ticket with Aurora's name on it. And that's where we're ending our evening.
That
Oh.
bastard.
Oh.
And that, friends, was Loteria and Fuego, Pasión de los Pasiones.
Ooh,
Ay, qué chévere. Oh, good.
so great.
I mean, it's a hollow victory for him because 50 million, a lot of that is going to go towards fixing the fact that his whole restaurant just burned down.
Yes.
So
With
He's also
him in
probably,
it.
with him in it.
Yes.
Yeah, he's dead.
Rough day for him.
He's
He's
like,
dead,
most
and
of that
so
money
is the.
most of that money is gonna go to paying off the restaurant. Also, he's dead.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, that ticket's burnt up. Like it will never
It's
be
gone.
claimed.
Yeah, nobody gets anything.
All
Well,
right.
we still got some money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every number except the last one was correct, so you still won a lot of money.
Yeah.
But thank you all so much for watching. Once again, you can find us on Twitter at TTRPG Roulette and follow us for more podcasted and live stream content. Join our lovely Discord community. And don't forget that Tabletop Roulette podcast drops every Friday, and we'll see you next Sunday at 2 p.m. PST for the beginning of a short campaign in Headspace, a cyberpunk PBTA RPG by Mark Richardson. And we're incredibly excited to announce that Jeff Stormer from Party of One will be joining us on March 14th to introduce us to his game, Anyone Can Wear the Mask. There's a lot of exciting things happening over here at Tabletop Roulette, and we hope to see you around. Till then, stay lucky.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for
Bye.
watching.